Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video, guys. Today is Thursday, the 6th of March, 2025. The time right now is 3:08 p.m. I'm making this video early because I need to leave the house. I need to go out and do some things, and I'm not gonna be here probably till about 6, 7 o'clock. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this video early. The only difference is the market is still open right now. And usually I like to make the video at the end of the day after the market closes, but you know what? We still have to live. So I'm going to go out and enjoy myself. So for now, we're going to go over the portfolio real quick and see what's changed, what's good, what's bad, whatever it is. Okay, guys? So welcome to the channel, new subscribers. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing the content, guys. We have over 260 plus videos on this channel that you can go ahead and watch and learn and grow your portfolio. Over here, we encourage people to invest, right? My style of investment is high and low yield, and I take the money from the high yield, reinvest into a low yield in a nutshell. That's it, right? But we all about financial independence, retire early, live your life the best way you can. So you can do any of those things, right, if you invest. And investment starts now. You have to start today. Don't wait till tomorrow, right? People say, oh, I'm going to pay all my debts, and then, oh, I'm going to save up $100. Guys, the time you're taking to save up $100, you can put that $5, that $2, that $3 into your portfolio and start investing, because it is a lifestyle, pretty much, okay? Because it's a trained habit. You have to learn it. It's easy. It is not difficult. It is very easy. And once you become to do it, and you see the growth and the change in your life, you want to do more. Okay, guys? It is not financial advice, okay? I'm just here to encourage you to invest, to try something different, make the change in your life that's going to benefit you and your family, as it have done for me and my family. Okay, guys? So let's get down to business, because today is another day, right? The market started pretty good. It started really, really good. And then at some point in the afternoon, I guess before the afternoon, it took a dump for the worst. But I mean, it's still down, right? Yesterday, we had a few $1,000s, several $1,000s in gains in the portfolio. And right now, of course, we probably lost a little bit more than, not half, but almost half of what we gained yesterday. I mean, it's still better because my Fidelity portfolio is not on margin calls, and I'm excited about that. Okay. My Robinhood, on the other hand, I mean, when the last time I checked before I started making this video, it was on the borderline of margin calls. Okay, we have some warnings and stuff there, but still, it's still a good thing, because we got some income coming into the portfolio today, and we got some income coming into the portfolio tomorrow. So I mean, on the estimate I did a couple days ago, I mean Wednesday, I was like, maybe we're going to get close to $5,000. I mean, close to 4,000 something in the portfolio. But now, thinking about it, I mean, I don't know. We're going to see. This is just an estimate, but I don't know if we're going to beat the number we did last month in the first week. But we're going to see how it's going to go tomorrow and on Saturday when we do that video. Okay, guys. See, everything is in the red. I don't even have to tell you, right? It is. We've seen worse before, because we got a lot of greens over here. We've seen worse than this before, but I mean, it is what it is. Okay, guys, so let's take a quick look at crypto and see where we are with the crypto portfolios. You guys that have crypto, the crypto market is looking very normal, right? It goes up and down. And if you're investing in crypto, I mean, I invest in crypto. I'm saying if you invest in crypto, I mean, more power to you. You have to have strong mind, strong will. I had thousands of dollars sitting in crypto for 5 years. It sat there for 5 years, right? Because I was waiting for this run for Bitcoin to do its thing. And it did its thing. And I was able to get all my money back out of crypto, reinvest it into something else. I still have some money in crypto, but not a lot as I did before, right? Before I had maybe, I would say almost 40% of my portfolio was in crypto. Now, I don't even think I got like 5% of my money in crypto. So, kind of change things, diversify a little bit. It's your portfolio. You can do what you want with it. But like I said, it's not financial advice, right? I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and you can look at it, analyze it, and see if it works for you and your family. Okay, guys. So let's get to the first portfolio. We're gonna try to rush through this real quick. We got some money that came into the portfolio yesterday, right? And we look at this on Saturday, but we got some money that came into the portfolio, $4 and change from, I believe, come from Curve Dividend, right? And we should receive some JP and JPQ dividend this week also. So I mean JP, I mean we got one share, so I don't know what they're paying, but it could be a couple of dollars from these two guys. That could be JPQ sitting up here. I'm not gonna look at it because we gotta wait till Saturday. We'll do that. Okay, guys. We'll see how much dividend come in to the portfolio. So then I mean all of that stuff get automatically reinvest on this portfolio. I don't have anything set to reinvest because I choose what for now to reinvest the funds into. I make that decision on everything that I need to put in there. Now I do have money coming into this portfolio at some point, hopefully next week. When that fund hit this portfolio, it's not much. It's like $1,000 something, and probably if not all of that, about 50% of that money going to be going into Misty as we try to get our Misty position up. So, I wish I could throw like 10 grand into Misty, just Misty alone. If I had 10 grand right now, I could throw into Misty alone and then use Misty to build the other positions in the portfolio. Um, but we have to balance things out, and we can just go crazy. But I mean, Misty is a solid position, and it seemed, I mean, it went down in value, of course, and it's going back up. So when you have a position like that, it is key. It's important, right? Because you want something that's gonna, even if it drop, it's gonna fight its way back up. As you can see, we can see that doing. So I mean, we got other things that are dropping. LYY, is like down big time. I'm down on that big time, but it's not a lot of money, so you can still fight back. And at some point, I mentioned in my other portfolios getting rid of AIYY. Now in here, I might not. I might not. I'm not going to be adding any more to AIYY. The money that will go into AIYY, I will just add into something else, and we're just going to collect the dividend because, like I said, I'm planning on getting rid of that in my other portfolio. I might go into my USA portfolio down here. It might go there. It might go into CLM, a CRF. One of those positions, I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out when the time comes, and decide what we're going to do. Okay, guys? All right, so back into Boys in the Hood. Robin Hood was up here today doing pretty good. And I was like, yeah, it's going to continue today. And then, of course, it went down. So we got income already coming to the portfolio, and we get paid tomorrow. So, it's not a lot of money that coming into the portfolio tomorrow. It might be close to $1,000, maybe something like that. But still not a lot of money, right? But that's gonna help fight. I said fight. That's gonna help with the margins, right? Protect the margins a little bit. And we're not spending. I'm not gonna buy anything, right? I got caught into 1,000 shares. We're gonna work on NVD. Get that to 1,000 shares at some point. It's a slow process. We need to buy more Misty, of course. We have SQY. Now this position here, right, it's not a lot. But I'm thinking if I need to continue this position because now I don't want to have 5 or 6 different things in the same week, right? I need to cut them down to about 3 or 2. So most cases 3, 2 if I get better opportunity, better income from something else. Right? So I can put more money into Curve, more money into JPQ, CRF, CLM. Because I need to build up my other positions that would be giving me that. If it's a monthly, I'm trying to get $1,000, $100 a month, If it's quarterly, I need to get $300 quarterly. So I need to start building those other positions also, not only here but in my chart swap portfolio, right? Because like I said, it is a marathon. It's not a race. Um, we've been doing this for a lot of years, right? So as we get to this stage, right, it's now time for us to protect our asset and make sure we grow, even though the goal is to double the income this year. Um, I mean, it's a big goal because I'm doing a lot of other things. I'm paying off debt, um, trying paying my daughter's student loan, even though not so long, but tuition, even though her mom took care of this semester. So they give me a chance to add more money to this portfolio right here for her. That will pay her tuition and then later on pay for her sister tuition. And after I do that, we're gonna continue to make money. This is just a money making machine, right? And we're not only gonna just deal with the high yield. We're gonna also have some mid level yield, lower yield, and we're gonna keep the extreme in there also, like the Misty Tesla, to generate those income. But with these guys, you have to watch them, right? You can't just set them and forget it. You have to watch them all the time because especially if you don't have money, you can be like, oh, I'm gonna set it up. No, you set this and forget it. Imagine you bought Misty at $30, $40, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just collect my dividend, and then you got about 1,000 shares, and then all the stuff that's been going on, you haven't checked your portfolio, and then you come and check your portfolio, and it's half of the value. Even though you get an income, right? But it's half of the value. So if you have some serious emergency and you needed to sell to pull money out, which you shouldn't need to do that, you can't really do it because you're selling at half price, you're selling at a loss. Okay, guys, so that's why I tell you to look at your portfolio every single day. I do mine three times a day, sometimes 4 times a day, depending on what I have going on. Sometimes I do it more because sometimes I just be in there poking around, looking at different things, thinking how can I improve it. And I'm not just selling stuff like, oh, okay, I need to do. The only reason I've sold a few things in the portfolio or in my other portfolio, but to have money to move because stuff is down, so I can buy more. That's the only reason. My growth portfolio, I'm like, you know what? This is not bringing me any dividend. It's just growth. Okay, let me sell some of this growth, put that into my dividend portfolio, and this dividend gonna give me some money, right? So that's the whole idea. So we're trying to get to the $100, but plus our other positions. And once we get to our $100, like we got SHD, I got 6 shares of SHD. That is not nowhere near $100. Okay, JEPQ, I got 4 shares right here. You can see JEPI, right? I got 4 shares of JEPQ, 3 shares of MO. This pay and 3 shares of O, right? SPYI 4, GPIX 4, AIYY is 1,000. Frontier, okay, they pay a lot. So some of these positions here, like okay, these guys here, the curve positions, right? These don't pay a lot. I mean, they pay a lot. They pay about $1 or something per week. Some week 80 cents, 75 cents. That's a lot, right? And it's consistent. So we need consistency and something that will not take away all of our funds with erosion, right? So that is the key. Long-term extendability to be able to hold your portfolio and say, you know what? Yes, I started with $10 today, right? But in a year's time, I have $10,000 in my account. Not only because you just putting money in there, but because it is growing and growing and growing and growing, guys. So remember, I tell you all the time, don't just buy these extreme high yield positions. Do not. I'm telling you, you want to have other stuff that pay 7-8% solid positions, right? Like JEPP, JEPQ, those are solid positions that are going to generate you income. SPYI. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff in here, right? Not only in this portfolio, but in my other portfolio, that generate solid income for a long period of time. Okay, you can even go to those stuff that I always talk about, the dividend kings and dividend aristocrats, and pull stuff that pay 5-6%, 4%, and don't have to worry about it too much because you're taking money from those high yield and reinvesting it into those. If you're not using margins, I mean, you're good. You're just taking the investments and reinvesting it into those things, balancing out your portfolio. because at some point you're gonna need to live off of this stuff. That's the whole idea, right? To retire sooner, do what you want to do with life, go where you want to go. I mean, can you imagine, right? Living in where I'm at. I'm in Colombia right now. The beach is right, literally, across the street from my apartment. Okay, literally across the street. I can throw a rock from my balcony and it hit the ocean. Okay, there's a main street that runs in front of my building. There's another building in front of me, and then there's the whole ocean right there. Every morning I get up, when I open up my blinds, my electric blinds at that rate, I don't have to get out of bed. I can just push the button and open up the blinds, and I can see the ocean. Guys, I mean, it's the basic. It's, I'm making all luxury and stuff, but it's the simple stuff, guys. The simple stuff that we take for granted is what other people appreciate. Now, the funny thing is, I live here every day, so I see this as nothing. When people come to my apartment, right, and I open the blinds for them with their remote control, they're like, wow. I mean, it's a simple little thing, remote control that open the blinds. It costs a lot of money, of course, but it's very simple, but it's still luxury, right? So this view here in Miami would be $500,000, $1 million view. But out here, it's like $200,000 or less. You can get a cheaper apartment, in the same building, right? Maybe like 100K. And by the time you renovate it, it might be 150, if you with good taste, of course. So guys, we don't just invest money so you can say, oh, I got money. Money is just a tool, guys. Money is a tool to allow you to do what you really want to do. Do you really want to go to work every day and suck up to your boss, even though you don't like him or you don't really like what you do, right? Do you want to do that? I don't. I love what I do. I've been doing it for 20-something years, okay? I'm in cybersecurity, so I do things differently now than I used to do when I first got into my line of work. Now it's all technical stuff, reports, using tools and stuff. Like I use tools here. That's why I'm so lazy, because I'm used to using tools to make my job easier. Even though sometimes we don't get the full picture, right? They give you an idea of what is going on. Okay, guys? See, this is my Fidelity account. I like to show this because so you guys can see, since I stopped showing my Fidelity account. But you guys can see what's in my Fidelity account. Not everything, but you can see some of what's in the Fidelity account. And that's the reason I use this tool specifically for Fidelity, right? So you guys can see I have different things in my tool shed, okay? So as we continue to build portfolios, right? You see, I got a lot of stuff. This is one of my favorite right here, okay? This bond market index fund. It's one of my favorite, even though it's down, but everything is down, guys. So you can't be like, oh, well, I don't know why you guys invest in that high yield stuff. That stuff go down. Everything is down. So why would I be worried about one little thing? You can't be worried about one little thing. Okay, I got banks in here. I got food companies in here, supermarkets. A lot of stuff I invest in, guys. So when you guys say, oh, I don't know why'd you do that. That's very risky. Yes, life is a risk. Getting out. People talk about how bad Colombia is, all this other stuff, whatever. Everywhere is bad. Okay, but I know when I come into my building, when I get out of my car and come into my building, there's a security in there that know my name. Okay, they're happy to see me. They greet me with respect, right? And I'm just a regular guy. Okay, I might have a couple of pennies to squeeze together, but I'm just a regular guy, guys. So when you start doing some of these things, right? In the beginning, everybody, oh yeah, I want to be a millionaire, blah 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 blah. That's what everybody want to do. Everybody want to be a millionaire, but nobody want to put in the effort. Everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a basketball player. Everybody want to be a football player. But they don't tell you what happened to the rappers when they don't have no hits no more. What are they doing? Do you know? Right? I think they have a stuff say where are they now? What happened to those guys? Those basketball players, right? When they stop playing professionally, within 5 years, they're broke. A lot of them, right? The number, I don't even know what the number is, but I know the number is crazy. You guys can look it up on the interweb. Okay, the same for football players. when they stop playing, right? After 3 or 4 years, 5 years, the ones that don't do the right thing with their money, they're broke. And I'm not talking about people that are making 1 million, 2 million. I'm talking about the guys that are making 30 million a year. Crazy money. But the simple thing they don't do, they don't learn financial literacy. And nobody taught me this stuff. I just got tired of being broke. And I tell people all the time, I still live paycheck to paycheck. They're like, how? What you mean? I live paycheck to paycheck because when I get paid, I pay my bills. Whatever money is left over, I put it into my investments. I have enough for food and all the other stuff I need to do. Everything else goes to my investments. So at the end of the day, technically, I am living from paycheck to paycheck. Even though now I'm part of that 5%, right? That 5%, I think that's the number. I don't know if it's 1%. They say the 1%, but it's less than, it's more than 1%, right? So I'm part of that percentage now that makes over $500,000 a year, that have over $1 million worth of net worth. But that don't mean, you're just gonna go spend 200,000-300,000 on a car. Guess what? When you spend 200,000 on the car, now if you only have $1 million, now you're back to 800,000 or 700,000. You're not a millionaire no more, right? Because that count against you. Even if you don't pay cash, that count against your net worth. Okay, guys. So nobody in their right mind only got $1 million gonna go spend 200,000-300,000 on the car, something that's go down in value. So I know you guys like, Edwin, what does it have to do with investing in the market? It have a lot to do with investing in the market, right? Discipline. Discipline is key. I know I talk about stuff all the time, like, oh man, I'm gonna go get me a supercar. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Yes, I want to do that. But then I sit there and think about it, like, does it make sense right now to spend 80,000, $100 some thousand on a car when I'm not generating $100,000 a month? That is something I think about, right? Because for me to say, right, I can go and buy a $30,000 car, right? My Tesla was 40 some thousand, whatever it was, sitting in my garage right now, collecting dust. I check the charge and stuff all the time. But if I'm gonna buy a car worth $100,000, I should be at least making $100,000 a month, even though I'm not gonna take the $100,000 and pay for the car. But for me, it make it easier. So after looking at all those cars, right, I'm like, you know what? I still feel comfortable buying my $30,000 or $22,000 Mercedes Benz, maybe 8 years old, right? And I can drive it comfortably. If I'm spending $2,000-3,000 a year to service it and do all the other stuff, I'm okay with that. Then taking the same amount of money and go buy something worth 100 some thousand, and I still have to spend the same amount of money, maybe more, to service it, because the more the car costs, the more parts and everything and servicing that those things cost. So guys, I'm saying all this to say, having the right mindset, right, when it comes to money, investing, right, is key. This is a financial channel, okay? We talk about stocks, investing, all this stuff a lot. But being able to understand your budget and all that stuff is key. Take example, right? When I was younger, let's say I would have $500, and I would say, okay, I'm gonna put $250 in my savings account, right? And then I'll put the other one in my checking account, right? I'll have an extra 500. I'll keep 250 in my checking, and I'll put 250 in my savings account. But at the end of that month, I will go back and take out that $250 and put it back into my checking account because I didn't have enough to cover whatever expenses that I had. It's the same principle, right? When you understand your finances, it is key. That way, whatever money you put away for a rainy day, you're not going to go take that rainy day money off to go pay a bill tomorrow. Then you putting that money away is ludicrous. It's stupid. It don't make no sense. Have your spend sheet. Keep a track of what you spend every single month, guys. Okay? Because I ask a lot of time when I do one-on-one with folks, I think I only talked to maybe one person that knew how much money they made. They brought in to down to the penny every month. Everybody else was like, "Oh, I got 5,000 coming here. I got 7,000 coming from there. I got another 4,000." I mean, oh, I have no idea. But if you ask them how much money to spend every month, that's a different thing, right? Because they don't really track those things like that, right? Yeah, I make $40,000 a year. Okay, how much money do you spend? Oh, I spend $70,000 a year. Or I spend $60,000 a year because they're pulling stuff from credit cards. They're pulling stuff from other places to pay. We call it rob Peter to pay Paul. And at the end of the day, your income does not support your lifestyle. Okay, guys. So I know this is not what you guys want to hear, but when you're making all this money, right, and you're not going to be able to get to this point if you don't do the simple things, right? Because how you think you're gonna be able to save $200,000-$300,000, even if you're using margins to get to that point, right? If you start making 10 grand a month and you're gonna buy a $200,000 car, but you're only making 10 grand a month, right? And then when the car breaks down, when the warranty runs out, if you don't lease it, then you have to spend a lot, 20, 30 grand to do whatever those cars, the supercars, it costs a lot of money. And you live in an apartment. Those kind of things people do that doesn't make sense. So you're like, oh, I want to be rich. Yeah. Okay. So what are you doing to be rich? Well, I'm studying this. I'm studying that. I'm trying this thing. I'm an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, what that means? A lot of times you watch shows. Most of the time, women will say, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur." Men will say, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur." Okay. And what is it that you do as an entrepreneur? Tell me, yes, I have a business. We sell coffee, or I have a business. We sell clothes, or we sell machinery. Yes, and you're an entrepreneur who does this thing. Being an entrepreneur is not a business. It's just that you got a side hustle, that might make you some money. Okay, that's all that is. So people tell me, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur." I'm like, okay, and I don't even ask them another question because you haven't told me anything, right? Especially when you're like, "Hey, how you doing? Good. You're having a conversation." So when you get to the point where people ask me what did I do, I'm telling them I retired, or I'm a retiree in training. I'm training for retirement. That's what I tell people, and then they laugh. They'll be like, "What do you mean by that?" I'm like, "I still have a job, but I'm preparing myself for retirement." And they're like, "Okay." Okay, and if they still want to know, like, so what is it that you do? I mean, cybersecurity, plain and simple. That's it. Or sometimes if I feel like I don't want to tell them what I'm doing, I'll just say I'm a consultant. I'm a consultant. I bring companies together. I deal with software and applications and stuff like that. It's just, just basic. What's it called? The guys. What my boy used to say? He got the game of gab or whatever the stuff. I don't know the word he usually uses, but just to talk about whatever. It's just conversation. But if you around people who actually deal with money and stuff like that, they do things differently. And you have to get their mindset. Okay? Look, I'm estimated to generate freaking 500 and something $1,000, right? $44,000 a month. Okay? Estimated. That's money. It's my little pickaninny portfolio at 9 grand a month. Year, sorry. 9 grand a year. Soon we're gonna be at 12. Right? Well, we're gonna be estimating $1,000 a month. Now by the time we get to 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, $40,000 in the portfolio, yes, we want that number to double. Because I tell you guys all the time, right now I got my card note coming out of this portfolio. Okay, I got my card note that comes out of here, and soon I want every other things that I pay to come out of here, to come out from this money, not out of this account, but come out from this money. That's the goal. Now I know it's little right now. You're like, Edwin, you barely have enough to pay your car note, but think about it. If $8,000, let's say $10,000 portfolio, can pay my $700 something card note, $700, 600 something, whatever it is. Let's just 700, right? $700 card note every month for the rest of my life, and I never have to take any money to pay for my card note again from a $10,000 portfolio. Will you take that or no? Buying a car is one of the most expensive things in the U.S. And guys, you know the car and then the insurance, right? The insurance for my Tesla, I don't even know what I pay. When I got the insurance for the full cars, I just pay cash, right? I pay for 6 months up front. I think in January, March, I think in April, May. I think in May we get a renewal in May. And I'm just gonna pay, for 6 months again. Because it doesn't make sense to have that monthly stuff because my money can go to something else. So guys, remember, you are building generational wealth, right? When I in my spare time, before I would watch nonsense stuff like that. Now I don't even do that no more. When I watch YouTube, right? I watch my friends that make YouTube videos to support them, and then I watch stuff about how people with money, how they do things, their mindset, because you have to be around like-minded people. And if you don't have like-minded people to be around, how do you get the information? You go to the interweb. You watch videos about, I don't watch videos about millionaires anymore. I don't do that because I'm already one. I watch videos about billionaires, okay, how they live their life, how busy they are, the kind of things they do. And it takes a lot of work to keep your money. Making the money is okay, but you have to keep the money. So I need to learn how to do that. So of course, I'm watching stuff on how those guys operate. Now, the early money, getting up at 4 in the morning, that's not me. That's never going to be me. Okay? I stay up late. I sleep in. I'm not one of those guys who go to bed. Sometimes I will go to bed at 10 o'clock. But it's very rare. Usually I'm in the bed by 11, 12. Then I'm asleep. I get up around between 6 and 8. I'm up. I might just get up and lay in the bed for a few hours. And then once I get out of bed, I'm on the computer all day, right? So, of course, investing in these high yield positions, of course, we have to do things differently. But this is not gonna be my life where I just sit there all the time, stare at the computer all day, seeing what's going on. That's why I stopped day trading, so I don't have to do the same thing with these things. Okay, at some point, if the market goes down and I have 10 grand to put in, okay, I'm gonna buy something. But if I don't have it, okay, what am I saying? I can't do nothing. If I don't have margin calls, I don't have nothing to worry about. Even if I get a margin call, okay, I got money coming in the end of the week. Depending on the day, that's going to cover my margins. Okay? And we're going to continue to pay down the margin. Eventually, I'm going to get rid of the margins. We got one portfolio done. I've been considering doing it with my Robinhood portfolio. I might do that. One day you guys might come you got to be watching the video. I'll be like, yeah, I transferred everything from Robinhood into Fidelity. That way I only have one portfolio that have margins. And guys, everything that's been going on, right? I only had 1 week of margin calls in my Fidelity portfolio in the last 5 years. And that was last week. 1 week of margin calls in my Fidelity portfolio in 5 years of investment. And that was last week. Now with Schwab, with Robinhood, freaking, I get margin calls every freaking week. Every week I got margin calls. I'm on the borderline of margin calls. Because that's how diversified my portfolio is in Fidelity. That's why it generates a lot more money than everything else. It's a balanced portfolio. I had over 150 something positions in there. Now it's down to about 100 and something. The app say 153, but I know it's way less than that because I went into the positions and counted them from one at a time. I downloaded a spreadsheet and went from top to bottom and be like, okay, this is how much position I have in there. Okay, not in here, but in the other app when I do the update, because this one doesn't show you. I can export it, right? That's the good thing about this. I can export this to Excel spreadsheet. Let's see. Let's see if this is gonna give us an accurate number. Where's the goddamn thing? Does it show up somewhere that I need to download? See, I don't know what it's doing. Excel spreadsheet is sucker. Did it go here? Okay, it's still downloading. See, I'm impatient sometimes. Is it done? Is it done? It's done. Okay. Let's see. Where did it go? I need to see. I need to count this. So, guys, I need to go for history. I just need to download the freaking thing. All right, let me see. Okay, it's finally done. You know, when I get this, that means it's finally done. Download. I don't know if it downloads into the same place. Yes, it does. All right, so I move my hands-on face out the way. Let me open up this Excel spreadsheet. Guys, today, sometimes, like I said, this is not scripted. So we're like, okay, well, I don't script my videos. Whatever I talk about is what I talk about. Okay. This is Edwin portfolio video. So Edwin talk about what Edwin talk about. And if you're not happy, I'm sorry, but we are here to help people grow. And it's not all about making money. You want to make money to help people, right? And being in the US, I don't feel like that. I don't want to be just a giver, right? In the US, that's how I feel. Okay, you see right here, so I feel like I'm just a giver. Over here, I can offer people jobs, work for me, help their families, like I do with my apartment. Come on now, move it. Okay? I don't have enough money to offer people jobs like that in the US. My millions is just one right now. Okay, so you see right here, check out the first two number. Okay, guys? See, 1 and 2, that's the tracker, right? 1 and 2 is the tracker. So we'll start from 3. So we're going to deduct 2. If we go to the bottom, that means we got 105 positions in this portfolio. See, I'm not crazy. 105 positions in my Fidelity portfolio. Now we have come down from 153 that I used to have in that portfolio. Now, I want to do the same thing in my Robinhood portfolio. I want to do the same thing in my ChargeSwap portfolio. Because this is the whole strategy. I keep telling you guys that. The Robinhood strategy. Right? You guys remember the old show Robin Hood where he would go and rob the kings, take the king's chicken and goats and money and stuff and then give it to the poor people? This is the same mentality, right? I take the money from the high yield, invest it into my lower yield. It's just that simple, guys. Okay? And this is what I've been doing for the last 5 years. Now, as I got better at this, right, the more I put into my high yield, increase to where I'm at now, to where I would say maybe 60% of my portfolio is invested into high yield. And that's a lot. But I mean, I got to take some risk and I monitor my risk. But of course, at some point, you don't really have control because as you can see, the market do what the market want to do. But investing in the right things that continue to generate income, get us to where we need to be. That's all matters. Okay, we got today's Thursday, and typically that we getting paid tomorrow, a lot of things will be down. But it's not just the case of a lot of things, right? The whole bang is down. So I mean, guys, got a little bit more grain since the last time, but it looks pretty much the same. Technology is all, taking a huge dump right now. The market closed in like what, 13 minutes. So guys, I mean, you either get it or you don't get it. Okay, so you're making all this money. You say, I need $3,000 to retire. I need $5,000 to retire. And I will tell you, if you need 5, make sure you get in 3 times that much in your dividends, especially if you're investing in extreme high yield. If you're not using the strategy that I'm using, I would say get 3 times that much. Just in case if the stuff drop in value and the dividend drop, you're still going to be okay. If you invest in lower yield, I mean, you can outset 1.5 times that in dividend, and you should be fine because those pretty much keep the amount of money to keep those amount of money consistently. Okay, guys. Now, this is not financial advice, right? I'm just a 52-year-old man. I share my portfolio and share my pretty much my lifestyle on how I'm dealing with my finances, how I've gotten to this level I am now, and continue to grow and to get to that next level. That's all I do here. So, guys, of course, we're trying to improve the channel to get people to be more interactive with this channel as we continue to grow. As you can see, in the next 10 years, can you look at me and say that dude he's worth $20-something million? You know what I'm saying? And the more money you make, the more opportunities you're gonna have. And that is the fact because you're gonna be around people that, especially if I'm in the US. If I'm out here, yes, everybody look at me like he's a gringo, he's American, blah 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 blah. But if I'm in the US, I'm dealing with business. I'm doing business with people that pretty much on my level or get into my level or people above my level, right? People that make more money than me. People, So that's the lifestyle you built. You work hard to get to. So you got to treat your finance like a business, right? Because you are the CEO, the chief financial officer, the secretary, the housekeeper for your business, for your money. And you gotta think it's a joke, but people tell me all the time, Edwin, you so cheap. My friend told me yesterday, he said, man, why are you rich people so cheap? I'm like, how do you think I got to where I'm at? By just giving away my money? I am a very giving person, but I don't just give away without a reason. Even if it's a nickel, because that counts for something else. That nickel can bring me $200,000-$300,000 down the road somewhere. But I don't just give people because I need that's the case. I'll be broke. I'm gonna give to everybody. But if my heart tell me, say, hey, do something for this person, that's in the back of my head. If I know I will see that person again, I'm not in a rush. I will help them out when I feel it's right for me to help them. But if it's somebody I'm never gonna see again and my heart say help that person, I'm gonna cross the street, run across there, help that person, and go about my business. And that's it. So guys, it is important for you to look at your finances, how much money you're spending. These dividends are coming in, and not because you got extra money coming now, you're going to go create more expenses for yourself, right? You get money coming in, I'm going to buy a new car. I'm going to buy a bigger apartment. I'm going to get a bigger house. That's just more expenses. You got to have somebody clean it if it's so big. It'd be funny. People come to my house, especially the women, they're like, who cleaned your house for you? I'm like, me. You in this big house? Why do I do? I grew up with an African parent. I had to learn how to cook. I had to learn how to clean because Mama always told me you might have a wife, but she might not be able to cook the food that you like. And what you gonna do? You're gonna go and eat out? You got to learn how to do this for yourself. So when I get into the kitchen to cook, the women I'm like, you know how to do this? Like, yeah, because what I shouldn't know how to do it. So guys, I hope you understand what I'm trying to get across to you today. Okay? When I make these videos, like I said, I don't make these videos, it's not scripted. Every time I sit here to have a conversation with you guys about the portfolio and what's going on in the market, it comes from the heart, right? And you can see the portfolio is going down. You see the time right now. I'm back on US Standard Time. Even the time is supposed to change. I think Sunday we're supposed to be an hour behind. The US will go an hour ahead. But it's not going to keep us from doing what we do. Okay? We're going to continue to build. We're going to continue to grow. And right now, guys, if you survive the last year, the end of the year, I think you should be able to survive this time. If you have to do some things, move some stuff around, if you have margins, just try to survive. Okay? Because there's a light at the tunnel. You know what's gonna come. You're still collecting dividend, right? You're still collecting dividend. Based on the size of your portfolio, you're still getting $4,000-$5,000 a month. In my case, I'm getting close to 30 grand a month. But now, of course, I'm trying to survive, so I'm putting the money back, and that's just bringing the margins down, right? The money goes towards the margin goes down. But we're gonna try to let that sit there and buy. We're still gonna buy because you see the portfolio is still growing, right? Because some of the stuff get reinvested, the portfolio is still growing. We were trying to get to 500,000 before the end of the year. We did it right after the end of the year. I mean, and now we are 5,000, 500,000, 530,000, 532,000 right now. So as we continue to grow that number, right? If we can get that income to 600, 700,000, then we're getting close to that $60,000 range a month, right? And believe it or not, I think I think right now we're actually in that range. It's just that with the way things have been going with the market, and so the dividend's been cut. But on normal basis, we should be about 40, 45, $46,000 based on the yield of our portfolio. Look at this yield; it's crazy yield, right? So of course we should be there. But of course, if you're going from getting a dollar and something to 35 cents to 40 some cents to 50 some cents, of course that brings down the dividend, and the number we have get all screwed up. Okay, guys, I love you guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. Okay, I'm here to help you, motivate you. When you guys ready to do a one-on-one, I got people send me emails and stuff or asking questions. If you need to do one-on-one, guys, go right here. Send me an email. Okay, send me an email right here. dividendpassportbro@gmail.com. Or you can join the Discord. That's in the description. Okay, and then message me directly to the Discord. We will schedule something. Okay. Now, I know I told you guys I was going to be um, charging you guys for my services. That is correct. If you need to do a one-on-one time, and we're going to have a conversation, and then I'll let you know what the fee is going to be. If you want to pay the fee, we can have a conversation. But if you choose not to pay the fee, then you just watch the videos. You're going to get a lot of the things I talk about in the videos anyway. Okay, guys? I love you guys. We're going to do this again tomorrow, which is Friday, a day before payday. Actually, I'm traveling to Barranquilla tomorrow, so I might have to make a video early, or when I get to Barranquilla tomorrow. I'm going there to look at some apartments. I'll be there till Sunday, maybe Monday, and come back Monday night. I don't know for sure. But for now, love, peace. We're going to do this again tomorrow, right before the market closes. Deuces.